Hello, welcome to part 5 of my E55 project. If you're new to the channel, I have bought a AMG, what's been sat for over 7 years now, with many issues, and I'm in the process of sorting them out slowly. My name's Henry. Firstly, I want to apologise to everyone who's commented saying, where was the videos, blah, blah, blah. I'm really sorry. I've got hold of an old barn, what I've converted, and now hopefully I'll be a little bit more consistent on getting videos filmed and uploaded. So that's sort of where I've got up to. Last time, last video, part 4, I tried to fit a water pump to it and snapped many of bolts. So what I'm going to do next, I think I'm going to take the engine out, as there's quite a lot of corrosion in the engine bay, and then I'll end up dropping the subframe as well, and then I can just refresh everything. And then also, while I've got the engine out, I can just inspect everything, take maybe the timing covers off, check the chain, take the gearbox off, do a proper good service on the gearbox, and yeah, let's see how we get on. If you see any movement in the background, it's just Marvelous Monty. So what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to take the exhaust off and then have a look at how this engine's going to come out. I've never taken an engine out with a supercharger, so this will be a bit of a learning experience for me. Welcome to underneath the E55. So if anyone's wondering why I want to take the engine out, it's just corroded everywhere. I think I'd rather just take the engine out and then I can treat everywhere, give it a lick of paint, and then I know it's sort of right, if that makes sense. But what I'm going to start by doing, yeah, I mean, like this subframe, that looks like the majority of that I can just take out. I mean, yeah, that, you know, I might as well just take the engine out and drop the subframe, because it's just not nice underneath here. So anyway, what I'm going to start by doing is take the exhaust off. So I've got these lambda sensor plugs here. I'm going to start by taking them off, and then I've got these bolts here, and I'll take them off, and then I've got some female Torx up here, both sides obviously, and I will take them off. Just little plastic clips on the side. Now for these female Torx. Let's have a look. Oh, they don't feel nice. No. Let's tighten them up a little bit. Oh, they're not nice, no. Ah. Come on. Behave yourself. I think we all know what happened there. Oh dear. Yeah, this one's gonna go as well. Oh, these bolts are just not nice. Good job on taking the engine out, I say. Welcome back to the top of the Mercedes. So the captive nuts are spinning, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the coil packs off, and then I've got a little bit more room to hopefully get some mole grips on the top of the captive nut, and then we'll see if it comes off. Right, that's the last one off that side. I need to invest in a GoPro or something, because it's so awkward to film this. But this is what I've got so far now. So that captive nut on the back was spinning there, and I've put a pair of mole grips on there, and then let's see if this comes off. I've spent longer than I'd like to admit trying to get them captive nuts off the exhaust. They just keep spinning. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to concentrate my energy on getting everything off the front end. Then we'll go back underneath, disconnect everything from like the gearbox, plugs, etc. And then I might have to end up dropping the exhaust with the engine. Just that might be my easiest option at the minute, just because everything's so rusted and not playing ball. So let's continue on. Whip the wheels off and have a look at getting the headlights out, the crash bar off, and see where we end up. I have taken this pipe off from the washer pump, so this can stay connected. I think this bar will just come off as one. So those were 16s, and I've got a couple 10 mils on the side, and then disconnect the horn. Then that bar, in theory, should come off. I keep looking at my watch because I keep recording from it, so it's quite handy. So even like these 10 mils on the side, all the captive nuts are spinning. And I mean, these big bolts, I am using the ratchet spanner on it, but I'm trying to use ratchet most of the time to avoid damaging anything. But yeah, even all these captive bolts on the crash bar are spinning, so I'll have to just replace them all. I've got a captive nut set, but it's just annoying. Nothing else hidden. I'm going to put these back in so I remember where they go. Got some pipes along the front, along here. I think what I'm going to do is just take them completely off, and then they're out of the way for when I pull the engine out as well. Just put this bracket back on as well, so I know where it goes in 5 years' time. Just put that down there, and I'll put these back into there. Then what I'm doing next is I've taken this aircon pipe off, so when I pull the engine out, that will come off. That was like a little plastic clip what holds that on. This side, I'm going to, is that in focus? I'm going to take the coil packs out. So when I do take the engine out, there's more room, so then I don't damage anything. And then I think I've got to take a few electrical connections off, and then also the fuel connection back there. Disconnect this. Obviously, I haven't started this in over a year. Ooh, it's quite a bit of pressure. Smells a bit foisty. That's off. Then I've got this little pipe down here. Oh, there we are. Right, that's from this side, so that's off. Oh, this pipe I need to take off, and then I think this side looks free. Famous last words. Right, I've got to then the engine loom. Seems quite straightforward. That all is connected there. Now this engine loom has got a plug there, a plug here, plug back here, and then these two plugs, and then I think it should lift out. So let's give that a go. That's really straightforward, actually. Beautiful. Right, that's the drop link off. Then I've just got this last control arm. And then I think we can get back, obviously the other side. I'm not going to bother recording both sides, but so yeah, I've got this control arm I've done, track rod end done, anti-roll bar, then this last one there. Then I think, yeah, we'll go the other side, do that on the other side. Then I'm going to look at those two other lambda sensor plugs and the exhaust. Whoa, she's tight. This is really, really tight. Breaker bar, maybe? Right, this control arm nut and bolt are not coming out. I'm just going to give it a bit of a toasting up and see what happens. That's the trouble with this car, because it's been sat for so long. Every single nut I'm undoing, I'm just running into issues, and it's so time consuming. But it's all fun. That's glowing red, so let's see if it wants to play. If you're going to be like that, I'll toast you a bit more. Whoa, that's going to be hot. Right, that came off with a lot of heat. So we got there in the end. Oh, it's hot. Gotta let that cool down for a second. Let's try and get this exhaust roller off. Right. That one's off. That one's off as well. And I've got another 2 more rubbers down here. There's another one. That rubber's completely off. That rubber's completely off. They're off. Beautiful. So, back section of the exhaust is now off. So, plan of attack now. Put a couple blocks of wood just here to support it ever so slightly. Then move to the front. Take the support bracket off, what keeps the exhaust up. Then I've got another mount for a gearbox, what I'm going to see about taking off. And then I think I've still got one more pipe to disconnect. And then in theory, I can try and pull this engine out. I think probably will be wise. Oh, this cat's got quite a big crack in it, actually. Cool. When I picked up this car, it was in a driveway and the air suspension was flat, and I couldn't get it up at all. And I had to pull it out of the driveway, and there's loads of score marks all along the cats here. And I probably ended up doing that myself here, but really, there's no O2 sensors past this section, the first lot of cats, so could really get rid of these cats eventually, so it doesn't really matter too much. Don't know if anyone else is like me, but I like to always put the bolts back in where they belong, because then I know where they go. Let's let this down slowly. Get about is the gearbox plug. What I do need to take off, I'm pretty certain, so I'll just take this off. And then there's a plug, and then I think there's an earth strap as well. Right, that's out. I've just seen I've got another water pipe what goes into the bulkhead here. So let's just pop that off. This is where I'm up to now. So from a previous video, if people remember, I had to chop these aircon pipes because I couldn't disconnect these. I'm going to end up having to chop this one, what goes to the pump, because I still can't disconnect this. So I'm going to sort that out another time. And I don't want to chop this one because it goes to the car and that will just cause me more issues. Then I'm going to disconnect these water pipes, probably take the header tank away so it's all out of the way. I'll have to disconnect it from the pump, and then I've still got left the steering column and the prop. But I mean, I started this morning and it's taken me a very long time to get this far, which is quite embarrassing, but I keep running into little issues. So let's see how much further I can get today. I'm going to start by taking these coolant pipes off. I have got a new one of these pumps somewhere laying about. I did buy one. But I'm a little way off getting this fitted. So that's off. I can lift this out of the way. Then this aircon pipe next. Right, let's attempt to take this steering column bolt out with filming. Ooh, it's hard to film and try and put a socket on. I've got the bolt for the steering column loosened off. So I'm just taking it out now. It's good. Now that's off. The steering column, that was quite straightforward to take out, just a little 13mm. So that's out now. This side of the exhaust has popped off all right. So I might just try one more time to take the bolt out with the spinning captive nut. Just make it so much easier to maneuver instead of having a massive long 2-meter exhaust coming out with the engine. So let's give that a go. So what I managed to do is get a pair of mole grips, luckily jammed behind the manifold captive nut, and then I could ring off the bolt. So now all I need to do to get rid of the exhaust, I need to take the O2 sensors, disconnect them here and here. Oh, done that side. And then the exhaust, in theory, should be able to come down. So that is great news. I was really not looking forward to doing that. Last O2 sensor has been removed. Now I should be free with the exhaust. Okay, it's looking good. Going down. Ooh. Right, now all I've got to do is figure out how to get this exhaust out, because I've got the wheels on some ramps, so it's going to be a bit of a jiggery to get it out. And then next step. Hello, welcome back. So it's the next day. Since yesterday I ran out of time after getting the exhaust out. So what I'm doing today, I've just taken the support bracket off of the prop, and I've taken the bolts out on the front of the prop, what go into the gearbox. Now I've got one more bolt on the back what goes into the diff, so in theory the prop should be able to lift out after that. Then I've disconnected the gearbox selector, what was just on a clip, and then we will look what the next step is. I think the next step will be supporting the gearbox, and then start looking at getting the gearbox mount off, and then the subframe. So let's get this last bolt off the prop. I had to jack it up and just spin the wheels because I couldn't get to the last bolt for this prop. For some reason my mic gave up the go here, but all you see here is me struggling getting the prop off. After I got the prop off, there was a earth strap behind a little heat protector for the starter motor. So here's just a video of where it was, and then I ended up taking that off obviously as well. So I've got the gearbox supported by the trike jack. I've already taken these 16mm bolts out, so I'm just going to take these last two 13mm out from the middle, so that's out the way. That's the gearbox free now. So this is one of the female torques, I call them. That's one. Another one here. So I had two cables, what went to the strut, what went around the wrong side of the anti-roll bar. So they would have pulled off if I didn't disconnect them first. So that's something worth noting. So I've got another two more female torques on each side. and then that should be ready to come off. Very long bolt. That's it then. Oh. Right, I'll let the gearbox down a touch. Oh, this is going to be sketchy. Oh. That does not sound good. I should have maybe taken these control arms completely off. Oh, yeah. Right, that's good. I can see why people take it all off as one with the control arms. Oh, I've got a little earth down here as well. I just got disconnects. I ended up putting the car lower on the axle stands because I thought that might help me when it comes to dropping the engine so it's not so high. Because I've got 2 trolley jacks, the other one's not a tall one. Now I regret doing that because it's a bit tight getting the engine here. So I think I might end up having to take this bracket off here just so I can squeeze the engine through a bit easier. This front panel bracket is nearly off. Well, that's it then. Engine out. We're in. It's quite a big engine bay. It felt quite small working on it. Mega. Right, chuffed with that. Big job. If I was to do it again, definitely do it a couple different ways. Definitely take these off first. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to get it out. And then, I mean, the main issue I had was with the exhaust, really, not coming off straight away. But that's going to be it for this video, I think. Next time, I'll end up tearing this down, having a good inspect. I mean, there's a leak, quite some hefty leaks underneath. So whip the gearbox off, get it on a stand, hopefully, whip the supercharger off and tear some things down. But thank you for watching and tune in next time.